Hey, it's Tax Quips time from TaxMama.com. Today, TaxMama hears from someone privately with this romantic story. He says, my client was deeply in love with a woman who was dying of cancer. To demonstrate their love, they got married in July of 2011. Then she just died recently in February of 2012. The problem? She had a lot of tax debt spanning several years. How do we handle the tax returns without making him liable for all her debts? Well, my friends, the reason I bring this up today is we live in a romantic society with lots of lovely illusions about love. In fact, all day in our office we listen to the Beatles on K-Earth 101, singing things like, all we need is love, and money can't buy me love. My friends, while all that sounds utterly wonderful, marriage isn't just about starry-eyed love. It must also be about day-to-day reality. There are long-term consequences to marriage. In this marriage, if the lovely, fragile lady had really loved her new husband, she would have protected him. She would have insisted on signing a postnuptial agreement, keeping their assets and debts separated, since California is a community property state. Fortunately, for tax purposes, in this case, they weren't married very long. He can avoid having his 2011 refund grabbed by both IRS and the state of California by filing an injured spouse form 8379 with the tax return. But he'll have to fight it out. And in 2012, he can either file as single, which he was at the end of the year, or married, which is legally permissible since they were married during the year. He can take advantage of whichever option works best for him. Since she had no assets at all, in fact, even the funeral was paid for from a policy he had from his job, he will be able to avoid paying her tax debts, but he is going to have a fight on his hands. So please, I beg of you, before you get married, be fair to the one you love. Do have the unromantic financial and tax discussion before marriage. Not only will it protect your marriage, it will protect your relationship in the long run. And remember, you can find answers to all kinds of questions about the realities of marriage and other tax issues free. Where? Where else? At TaxMama.com.